Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's fielded at the goal line. He won't go down. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And our players spotlight. And New York set to take the feed. Got a man and he hits down. Giants. Odell Beckham with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Josh Brown now for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there's a flag on the field.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
On first down, it's Romo. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Hankins in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just... brings up 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
A reverse is never called just to get 1 or 2 yards. It's often called to get a big, big play. The defense was having none of it on that one. They snipped it out and stuffed it.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Romo. And that is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Dan Bailey, 30 of 32 in field goal tries last year. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This is taken at the 3. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that right there, Mr. Davis, was kickoff return number 11 in Super Bowl history.
And it's such a game changer usually. I think about Jacoby Jones when he did it with the Baltimore Ravens and how that really flipped things in the game and really gave them a jolt.
But it also happened in Super Bowl 48. Percy Harvin, Seattle versus Denver. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Eli's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
This is taken near the And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, here's Romo. And some room to work. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That one goes for 24 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Romo. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Back to the air they go. Romo on 2nd down. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Touchdown, Cowboys! Cole Beasley, 47 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with Coach
Odell Beckham Jr.? Touchdown, Giants! Odell Beckham! With an unbelievable 5th touchdown of the game. And the Giants add on to their lead. Now Brown to add on the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. Cuts right. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary. Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Now the 5th-year man, this is Lance Dunbar. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is Harris. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Manning now on first down. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
One final try now for Manning. He's going to let it go again. And they can't get the long connection as it falls. Now, never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. This is taken at the 3. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham joining only Gale Sayers' his men with a 6-touchdown performance in a single game. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, Elliott. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Finding time. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Romo hands to Elliott, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Now, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
This is taken at the 3. Oh, what a move. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham setting the NFL mark with his 7th touchdown of the game. And the Giants add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding. The end zone. That's what it's all about.
Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. I ain't trying to sin, yeah. Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is on EA Sports.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. Oh, he shifts past him. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. In this offense, they'll have to start behind the 8 ball a little bit because that return was subpar.
If they had any thoughts about opening the game up with exciting, kind of tricky stuff, that's probably been shelved. They have to be careful with this bad field position.
And this one brought in by a man who missed all of last year, Kelvin Benjamin. 20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Carolina first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the time.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every...
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Fresh set of downs here.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin, 29 yards. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because... you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So they get in for the opening drive score, and they go for two. They kept the kicker lonesome over there. They said, we don't need you this time.
Kickers? Who needs kickers for PATs?
Be nice now.
We want them for field goals, not for PATs. They went for two and got it. It's a new tone setter for this team.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On second down, here's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver. And just like that, it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Throwing on third down, Smith. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. On fourth down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run pass.
It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now